Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another Empires and Puzzles video. And in this video, which I'm going to try to make quick, I want to demonstrate this new Season 5 hero, Horus. Before we get to this video, if you haven't checked out Gemstone Legends yet, come check it out. There are, no joke, thousands of players from Empires and Puzzles that have come over already, and for good reason. Simply put, it's a really fun game with some big advantages over Empires and Puzzles. We both know that the players that join these games earliest are some of the most dominant players. And this game is starting to really take off, so the longer you wait, the more you miss out on. Not only can you support the channel by using the download link in the description of this video, or by scanning the QR code on your screen, but doing so will also give you a free $50 starter bonus with an epic hero, gems, and gold coins, all for free, just by using the link or QR code provided. And then when you start, you'll gain access to beginner events exclusively for players who use the link or QR code provided that will give you another strong epic hero, a set of 5-star legendary equipment, and a platinum scroll for another guaranteed epic or legendary hero. Lastly, I have created a bunch of videos in a Gemstone Legends playlist on my YouTube channel to make learning this game as easy and fun as possible. So hit that download link in the description and get started with one of the most fun and deep Match 3 RPGs. There's a great community in Gemstone Legends. It has some huge advantages over Empires and Puzzles, and overall I think you guys are really gonna like it. He was one of the 3 featured in the second Season 5 portal. They did kind of an annoying thing and re-featured 2 heroes. Or I guess those 2 hadn't been featured before, but what I'm trying to say is there are 3 featured heroes, only 1 was new, so I think this is a tangent, but I think it's better to save your coins for later until there's a lot more heroes in here, or you run the risk of pulling the same ones multiple times early on. So anyways, this guy is sort of a new mechanic, which is why I wanted to cover him in the video. Very fast speed, deals 205% damage to the target and nearby enemies with a pretty impressive attack set of 916. I have to think this could be even higher, depending on the emblem path, but a defensive 944 and HP of almost 1900 is crazy. I think that might even be almost the same stats as Black Knight, but with an attack stat of 961, yeah, only 1700. So, and then, an attack stat as low as 644. So pretty amazing stats. And the other thing he's doing, reduces max health of the target and nearby enemies by 110 each turn for 3 turns. So he's going to deal damage first. Obviously, after 3 turns, that's going to be 330. I don't think this is a number that would scale with any stats on the hero card. We'll double check that. But after 3 turns, it would be 330. I don't think that would be more than the damage dealt, because sometimes if you're reducing max health without dealing damage, for example, that's equivalent to receiving damage, because it's pulling your HP down by reducing the size of the container. If this is emptying the HP before reducing the size of the container, then it basically just means that you can't re-heal for this damage dealt with a traditional healer. However, boosted health is the new healing meta, so you can counteract this health reduction with boosted health, and it's not really equivalent to dealing extra damage. So it does mean you have to heal from it in a certain way, but I think it's fairly doable. Passive, 40% chance to deal 70% damage. All enemies get minus 34% attack for 3 turns. That's quite good. Under a 50% chance is not fantastic, but 40% is close to the dodge chance of like Costume Catalan, for example. And we know that triggers pretty often still. However, this does not have 5 chances to trigger for each enemy. This is just one 40% chance. But minus 34% attack for 3 turns is quite good. 70% damage is probably going to be about another 60 to 80 damage depending on what's going on, so it's not insignificant. And then again, if you try to kill him, you get blind and burn damage because it's the sun family. You know, it's like the sun's in your eyes, you're blinded, and the sunburn is the burn damage. All right, so I'm going to go with a red team so that I can try to kill Fog and allow Horus enough time to fire, but being very fast speed, that shouldn't be any issue. And I am going to try to win in this one because I think that in certain contexts can be an important thing to demonstrate how much does this hero actually impact your ability to win. Yeah, unfortunately we have Zenobia here who is going to cause some problems for my reds potentially, but let's see what we can do. All right, here he goes, 205%. Okay, and that dealt about 359, and it's still 110 per turn, so 330 in total. If he was reducing mana every turn, that would be far better. Because like now, for example, Garnet's health being as low as it is, you can see that little silver bar there. It's just reducing part of that bar, you know? So it's not actually impacting the amount of HP in the container, as I was saying before. So, we'll let him fire one more time. It's getting close here where I don't want to, you know, just lose, but let's heal a little bit. Match these reds, hopefully don't combo that diamond. Okay, so let's a little bit more damage. Between 314 and 360. I don't think the passive triggered, but we kind of know what that looks like. And again, it's decreased attack. So with the passive and the family bonus going, you could have blind, attack down, extra damage, and some burn damage going on. The ailment blocking heroes like Garnet can block... sorry, getting distracted on looking at the board here. Can block all of those ailments. So there's nothing new with those ailments. They're not a new type of ailment that you can't block. It just means certain types of heroes are going to be better. And you do have to think a little bit more about killing these heroes because as you attempt to deal damage to them, it can impact you. But in this case, the impacts that I would get from dealing damage are going to be mitigated by this ailment protection here. So one other thing you might get from this video is that if you have ailment protection heroes that you've not ascended up to this point, like Costume Vanda, even Vanda, or potentially Grazul, depending. I wouldn't prioritize Grazul unless you don't have as extensive of a 5-star roster since her heal is pretty weak. Anyways, those kinds of heroes, still quite valuable. So what do I think of Horus based on what I've seen? I don't think he's that good. And let me explain why before people attack me in the comments. Very fast speed is nice. The damage is not spectacular, but it's pretty good. You know, 300-ish. Okay, that's fine. The max health reduction, looking at just that in and of itself, how much does that really matter? It only matters if you don't have boosted health heroes. I guess, let's see, does it also mean that it absorbs, you know, like fiends can absorb healing. Does reducing max health absorb any healing? I don't think so. I think you just push it right back the other way. So the max health reduction pulls that bar down. When you have boosted health, you just push that bar right back up. I don't think it actually consumes any portion of your healing. If I'm thinking of that incorrectly in the moment and I'm wrong, someone let me know in the comments. But it just means you have to use a certain type of healer, so I don't feel like in the current healing meta of boosted health, and there being a lot of boosted health choices, even in the 4-star rarity, I don't think that max health reduction is actually very good. If it was reducing mana every turn, even only 5% per turn, that would be fantastic, especially for a defensive hero. But I'm going to say here that unlike Sobek, who I've sort of warmed up to, despite feeling he's kind of a bland hero, you know, just a stronger version of things we've seen in the past, Horus is yeah. So I've warmed up to Sobek. Horus is a new mechanic in a sense, but I'm not really a fan. Let me see if I have any final thoughts. Fantastic stats. I mean, that needs to be said. That's true for these newer heroes. And so sometimes people say, oh, he was my only yellow 5-star. I guess I'll save my 18 darts for now. And it's like, if you're in that position, absolutely level him. I'm not saying he's a useless hero. I'm evaluating him under the strictest standards, or maybe the harshest standards against what are some of the best heroes in the game. Can he be good? Absolutely. Especially if you're facing a defense team with a standard healer on it, like Znolfod. He's yellow. Znolfod's not boosting health. That means you're reducing health, and he can't heal back up. So does he have use cases where he's going to be good? Absolutely. Stats are incredible. So take all of that information I presented together and decide, for you, based on what your options are, based on how you want to use him, if you wanted him to be a defensive hero or an offensive hero. I think he could be a pretty good approach for these Znolfod tanks that we're seeing. All right, time to wrap this up and kick their asses here. Okay. So maybe while the video is still running, if you're still here, let me know, who do you think is the best hero of Season 5 so far? Curious what you guys think. There's a few primary contenders, some very different special skills, which I'm happy to see for the most part. So just curious what you guys think in terms of overall power of Season 5 and who you see as the standout. And some of you might just say, well, Papyrus, because that's the one that I pulled, and that's a fine answer too. But just curious what you guys think about those heroes and Horus in general. So please hit that like button and subscribe. 2 quick clicks to help you support the channel. Really appreciate that. It actually does help out a lot. So if you haven't done that already and you're still watching, please do so. Additionally, leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Share the video with alliance mates. All that kind of stuff really helps out. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video.